Hey everyone, if you want to get more views and subscribers, more engagement, and get your viewers to take action, then you need to have a strong call to action. So in this live stream, or if you're watching the replay, I'm going to be talking about the benefits of a strong call to action and the different types of call to actions you can use in your video. And then I'm going to give you some examples to look at that you can use very effectively on your channel and your videos. And then I'm also going to look at some of the mistakes that people make and also how to craft different types of call to actions. So I think when it comes to a call to action, basically I try to come up with this topic because I was thinking, you don't want to just have people watching your video, but you want them to take some kind of action as a result of the investment and great content that you're producing on your channel. So that's why I want to have a look at some different examples and see maybe even from the audience that's here, maybe you have some great examples too, or maybe later when, if you're watching this in a replay, you can put them in the comments. But my name is Herman Drost, and my channel is all about how to grow your audience on YouTube so you can generate traffic, leads, and sales on autopilot. YouTube actually stands out from all the other social media platforms because it's a search engine. So if you can get videos ranked in the search engines, then that video or those videos can generate leads, generate sales, generate continuous traffic that can go to your email list or your website or other properties that you have on the net. And so you can use that traffic coming from YouTube to redirect it, to your other properties. So I want to welcome people here. We've got Hayden's Funny Videos. We got Miriam. Good to see you, Miriam. John, good afternoon from Canada. And so we're going to be looking at and maybe I'll ask you this question: what is the most effective call to action that you've used in your video or in your videos? Maybe you're using the same call to action, or maybe you tried a call to action on one video and it got a lot of response. So put your answer in the comments. What was the most effective call to action that worked for you in one of your videos? So I'm going to go to my screen share and kind of go through some of the examples here. So just bear with me here. So some of the benefits that a call to action is, we're talking about a call to action is trying to get engagement, trying to get people to interact with your video, and you want them to do something besides just watching the content. So generally you want to you'll get more views and subscribers. So if you tell people to keep watching the video, or sometimes what I do at the beginning of the video is like, stay tuned to the end of the video so that you can get all the steps on how to build your channel. So that'll be like a call to action that you can get more views. You can get people to engage throughout the duration of your video. So that's why I mentioned also get more watch time. So the great benefit of watch time is that the longer you can keep people engaged on your video, then YouTube will promote your video in the search engines and on the YouTube suggested videos. So so if you tell them, as you're going through your video, you could say, well, I'm going to tell you how to grow your channel, give you a great nugget at the end, how to grow your channel, so stay watching to the end. So you could do that at the beginning, you could do it at the middle, so to get people watching. So the longer you can keep people watching, get them to watch another video, tell them to watch another video, etc., then your watch time will improve, your session time will improve. Get more leads. So a call to action could be that, download my free cheat sheet, download my free ebook or video course or webinar, something like that. And when people download the free cheat sheet, maybe you're capturing their contact information. So if you don't give that call to action to download the cheat sheet or to fill in the opt-in form, then all that work, if you're trying to get leads from YouTube videos, you're not going to get many leads. Get more engagement. So so the call to action helps to provide engagement. So as people are watching the video, then you want to get them engaged. So ask them to like the video, ask them to share the video, ask them to continue watching the video, ask them to check, if you're interested in a deeper content about this particular topic, click the link above, or check out my playlist at the end of the video. Another call to action, another benefit of call to action is to build your brand. So you want to emphasize, you might send people to your website where they can see all their brand colors, social media sites. So if you have kind of cross-branding colors, then they can see wherever they see you on the net, then they can understand that property, that social media property, that website, that YouTube channel belongs to you. And you also want to make sales. So if I generally don't recommend necessarily to try to make a sale from your video, but if you've got a good strong audience, a good loyal audience of subscribers, and maybe you're doing a series of videos that have been talking about a particular topic, maybe after the third or fourth video, you could make a video that goes straight into your recommendation for a particular product. So maybe you're talking about cooking or something like that, and you went through all your different recipes to bake a great chocolate cake, and then in your next video you're talking about this company where you can get the great ingredients for your chocolate cake, and then you recommend that channel, and because you're an affiliate for that company, then you can suggest that company and you get an affiliate commission. So that means you've kind of made multiple touch points or multiple contact points where people have got deeper into your content, and then you can give them that call to action to check out this company, this product, this course, or whatever you like. Okay, so I've mentioned sales, and okay, we've got a few calls to action here. Let's have a look over here. So Miriam's saying that remember to hit the thumbs up button. So yeah, that's a typical call to action you see in many different videos. And then she's got another one here too. Check out my playlist. So that's a good call to action. So yeah, there's many different calls to action. Check out my playlist, check out my video, make sure you subscribe to the channel, make sure you share this video with your friends. If you like this video, then give it a thumbs up, etc. So while we're at it, make sure you give this video a like, this live stream a like. So yeah, you want to get interaction, taking place, or make sure you leave a comment to the question that I've asked. So yeah, different calls to action there. Okay, continuing onwards, going back to my slide here. So, so that question was, what call to action do you use to get your audience to engage? So we talked a bit about that. Miriam said about the playlist, about subscribing, different calls to action. So if you can think of any other calls to action that you may have used, then yeah, definitely put them in the chat or in the comments. And then we're going to look at some examples. So how to provide different calls to action that YouTube provides. Now, probably about 2 years ago, I think, it used to be annotations were the calls to action that you could put on the YouTube videos. And I kind of like the annotations because you could put them anywhere on your video at any time in your video. So it could be a graphic, and then people click on the graphic, bit like the end screen, except the end screen, the graphics could be anywhere. So you can put it at the beginning, the middle, at the end. But then YouTube did away with the annotations because they weren't mobile friendly, and therefore they moved to cards and end screens. So that's why cards are a great way to get people to interact with your video. So if we have a look at example here, here's like if you go in when you add a card to YouTube channel, then you just click on the cards at the top. I think this is in classic view, but then they give you an option to promote a video or playlist. So you can link to a video, you can link to a playlist. So I highly recommend to link to a playlist instead of a solo video, because then people can binge watch the videos. So instead of just, when you link to a video, a solo video, they're just going to watch that one video and then they'll disappear. But if you link to a playlist, like Miriam's suggested, or she tells her viewers, then if they go deeper into the content, then they'll be watching 2 or 3 or 4 videos instead of just one video, and then that increases your watch time, increases the what's called session time. So they're going from one video to the next, and then YouTube will, it's a higher probability that YouTube will promote that video in the search engines. So that's why it's linking to a playlist, using the cards is great. Okay. Oh, what happened to my... So maybe you have another channel, you could promote your channel, or if you find that people, you have a channel that's similar to yours and you want to, that has more information because your channel is very small, you can promote that channel. And also you could link to a poll and ask people what different options, like what type of cakes do you like? Chocolate, pecan pie, or some other cake. So you could give them a choice. So through the polls, they can quickly check what poll. So even this is a good way that you can interact with your viewers by asking them to answer the poll. And then this last one for the cards is linked to an approved website. So the key here is that the website has to be associated with the channel. And if you want to link to a website, that means you have to be a member of the YouTube Partner Program, which unfortunately YouTube changed its rules. You need 4,000 hours and 4,000 watch hours and 1,000 subscribers in the past 12 months. And then you can get your channel reviewed, and if it passes the review process, you can monetize your channel, and also you can add a link to a website in the cards or in the end screen. But if you can't do that, you can still tell people to click the link in the description below the video. And most people know that not everybody is able to link in a card or an end screen, but so they go and check out the link in the description. Now, I highly recommend that if you put a link in the description, put it in the first 3 lines of your video, so that when people are watching the video, they can actually see that snippet of 3 lines and see that URL in those first 3 lines. Make sure it's also the full website address, not just a shortened website address. And so, putting a link in the description. But if you want a link to your website from a card, from an end screen, you do need to become a member of the YouTube Partner Program. So the end screen is what comes at the end of your video in the last 20 seconds, 25 seconds. So you can link to a video or playlist. I highly recommend a playlist so that people can continue, make sure you've added your videos to the playlist, and then they can continue watching, multiple videos over and over again. They watch 2 videos, 3 videos, 6 videos, 10 videos, etc. And even in those playlists, you can add other videos from other channels. So if they start watching your video and then watching videos from other people's channels, you still get credit for starting that, what's called a start session, or session starts, they call it. So you're promoting a video playlist, and then you can also add that subscribe, add the subscribe link. So it's a little subscribe icon. I think it's a round icon that appears at the end of your video. You can promote another channel, or you can link to an approved website, just like in the cards. So the beauty about the end screen is that, when they get to the end of the video, then they can automatically, you can give them a call to action. And usually what I do is I'll tell people that they can go to the end of the video. Oh, let's see what I've done here. Okay, and also you can also use a template. So when you add an end screen, you can pick a template. So you can have 1 video, 1 subscribe icon. You could have 2 graphics for the 2 videos, 1 subscribe, 3 different video graphics, and then you link each graphic with a different video. But I highly recommend not to, you don't really want to use too many options at the end. So say you give people 4 options. You're linking, you have a subscribe icon, you have an ebook, you have a video, you have a playlist, and then when people come to the end of the video, they're kind of confused what action to take. So I would say, instead of multiple calls to action at the end, in the end screen, maybe just do 2 or 3 at the most. But and then I try to do this on my videos. The most important call to action is what you want, what you want them to do first. So maybe watch the next video, and then after you've pointed that out, then you can offer them to subscribe, etc. So your most important call to action should really be, watch the next video, because YouTube wants to keep people on the platform as long as possible. So if they watch your video for 5 minutes, then at the end, in the end screen, you tell them to watch another video, then you have more opportunity for people having a high audience retention, more promotion, more free promotion by YouTube, etc. And then another thing you can do, instead of using the templates that YouTube provides, you can actually use the a custom end screen. So this is a custom end screen that I created. I think it was in Canva. And if you want to create a custom end screen, I put a link in the description below this video so you can check that out. But basically in this one, I've put watch next video. So when I come to the end of my video, I say, well, if you want to learn more, then watch my next video, and then I'll point to that video, and then I'll show this graphic here. Then as I'm telling them a little bit about watch the next video, then subscribe button will pop up, or maybe in this case I would probably, if I want people to download a cheat sheet or an ebook, I'll probably point to that. So check out, make sure you click the image below and you'll get your free download. So probably in these types of end screens where I have the free download, I'll probably, because this is probably the most important call to action, I'll say if you want more information, if you want to download my free cheat sheet, about how to grow your channel, then, or in this case, how to get more, a cheat sheet or checklist on how to have a better live stream, then click on the image. So this is actually a custom end screen that I think it's a little bit more prettier than what YouTube provides. But if you have probably watched a number of videos, you see all different kinds of end screens that people use, and people are trying different ones. So, but if you want to have, check out the video in the description how to create a custom end screen using Canva, the free online graphics software. And here's an example that Holly, who's in my Facebook group, just popped something in there about the kind of end screen, call to action she was using. Said, I made a 5-second clip where I completely synchronized the cutest cat's mouth movements with a voice over asking them to subscribe. Even though that's at the end, I still get people commenting, how could I not? The cat asked me to. So that's a great example of a creative way to ask people to subscribe. So you might want to check out her channel. I forget what it is, but I don't think, Holly, are you on the live stream? I don't think I've seen her here. But that's kind of a good example of the kind of creativity that you can use to ask for a call to action. So it's a great way to come up with something different that stands out from all the other people. So stand out from your competitors. Okay, let's look at the best places to add your CTAs, call to actions. So one of the most popular ones, and probably all do this, is at the beginning of your videos. So asking people to subscribe. So showing a subscribe graphic. Or subscribe button or something like that. But if you're doing it at the beginning of the video, then the best thing, when you're asking people to subscribe, then try to offer some benefit. Tell people why they should subscribe. So give a strong benefit. It could be, hey, make sure you subscribe to my channel, because I'm coming out with new videos every week about how to grow your channel, about how to bake a new cake. If you want to see a new cake that I'm going to bake for next week, then make sure you subscribe to the channel. So you're giving a call to action. You might bring a graphic on there, and you're also giving a reason why they should subscribe. Middle of the video. So if you're looking at your audience retention graph, maybe you find that people are dropping off after 30 seconds or after a minute. That might be a good place in your next video to try adding a card that links to a topic, links to a related topic that goes more deeply into your content. So you could also ask a question. You could also create a poll, as I showed you in the, when you create the cards, you can add a poll. And you could also tell people, just to break up the especially if it's a talking head video, to like the video. Or you could tell them to make sure you leave a comment, or maybe ask a question, say, hey, what kind of cake do you like to bake? Put your answer in the comments below. So that's you're creating interaction and engagement with your audience. And I think if you ask yourself as you're watching your video, if the person is trying to engage with you, that creates more kind of emphasizes the message, creates more engagement. And I think it kind of breaks up the monotony of the video. And I mentioned the end screens, which I showed you before. Putting, when you get to the end of your video, you want to try to get them to click on another video that's related to the topic that they've just watched. Ideally, watch a playlist so they can binge watch more videos. And another place that you can add a call to action is to the top of your comments. So when you make your video live, then you could pin one of your comments, or if somebody's has a comment that's a great comment, you can pin that to the top of your comments. But maybe if you've asked a question in your video, then you can actually pin that to the top of your comments. Now, recently, YouTube has kind of changed the way that they have how do you upload a video. So they're recommending you to change the privacy settings when you first upload the video, to change it to unlisted, or to upload it as unlisted. Unlisted means that only the person that you give the link to can see the video. So it's not available to the public. It's not going to affect your stats and everything, but it does give you an opportunity to pin your comment. You can actually add a comment to your unlisted video. So when it goes live to the public, then that pinned comment is already at the top of your comments. So if you had it private and then set it to public, then you'd have to wait till it goes to public, and then you have to add your comment. So by going to unlisted, then you can actually pin the comment while it's in the unlisted state before it goes public. So that's just a tip that, that's probably why YouTube recommends to set it to unlisted when you publish it, so that you can check if it's, you're not violating the community guidelines. You can add a comment. You could check for monetization, all these things, and then go live. You can also add it to the description. So you could put in the first 3 lines of your description. Oh, thanks, Harley. I just read that. So the description is another place where you can add a call to action. So if you want people to check out your next video, check out your playlist, check out your cheat sheet, free ebook, free download, go to your social media sites, maybe your Instagram account, etc. You can put all those calls to action in the description. And you can also do it on the About page. So a lot of people check out the About page, so you could put a call to action in there. You could say, hey, if you really like this channel, make sure you subscribe, and then you can drop your subscribe link in there. So another place that you can add your subscribe link. And then if you have a website, I would also recommend putting a subscribe button or a subscribe link on your web page. So if many of you are adding your transcript to a web page, then make sure you add a subscribe link or button to that website, to that blog, to that web page. And you can even put it in your profile, like your Facebook profile, your Instagram profile. I see a lot of YouTubers saying, because you can't put it in your Instagram post, but say, well, if you want to check out, if you want to get more videos or see more videos like this, check my link in the bio. And in their bio of Instagram, they'll put the link to the YouTube channel. So that's another place that you can put them on the social media sites, description, top of the comments, in your video, lots of places. So the more places you have your subscribe link or your call to actions, then the more opportunity you have of people subscribing to your channel and taking action. Okay, here are some tips. So I would say when you're doing a call to action, you want to keep it short. You don't want to go on for 5 minutes, talking about your call to action, etc. But try to keep it short. Maybe take a few seconds to mention it. You want to include a benefit. So why should they take that call to action? You might have a pretty face, you might have a great channel, but people are more interested in what's the benefit to them. How's that call to action going to benefit them? Are they going to get more subscribers? Are they going to solve the pain that they feel? And by downloading your product, downloading your cheat sheet, etc. And another thing I do is I try to point to the card. So when you tell people to click the link in the card, you could have a graphic like an arrow zooming up to point to the card, or you could point to it yourself. So it just kind of gives a little bit more emphasis. So adding a graphic element. So it emphasizes the message. And then asking people to share the video, or share it on the social media sites, etc. Another idea is that you could have 2 calls to action, especially since especially when you get you've got subscribers and you got non-subscribers. So if you check your YouTube analytics, most people that come to your video over the long term are non-subscribers. So sometimes I think that when you're asking people to subscribe at the beginning of the video, your subscribers are probably getting sick of the same call to action. You're asking people to subscribe. So I think, maybe I should just eliminate my call to action for people to subscribe. But if you check your YouTube analytics, you find most of your audience is actually non-subscribers. So you kind of have to keep that in mind, that a lot of people are seeing your video, coming to your channel for the first time. So by asking them to subscribe and telling them why they should subscribe, kind of appeals to those non-subscribers. And then those people that have already subscribed, maybe you can tell them to like the video, share the video with their friends, download the cheat sheet, take a poll, answer the poll, and maybe answer the question. In the middle of your video, you can ask a question and tell them to post the answer to the question in the comments below the video. So you're kind of catering to the subscribers and also the non-subscribers. So two different calls to action there. Okay, I also want to look at maybe I'll show you some graphic elements. I don't know if this is going to work, but let me give you some idea of graphic elements that you can use in your videos. So I'm kind of going to go through a few of these here if I can find them. This is one I use, is like get notifications. So you want to get them to click on the bell. So click the bell icon. Let's see over here. Click the link in the description. So that could be another graphic. Click the link in the description. Okay, watch live. So that's what you're doing now, watching live. So another kind of graphic. So these are kind of motion graphics that that could be used in your video. Click the subscribe button. So you have a subscribe button. And maybe you want to tell people to turn up the volume. Maybe you're showing some music or something where you can, need people to turn up the volume so they can turn up the volume. And let's see, what about subscribe? It's like a pointing to the subscribe button below your video. Let's see, hey, we're going live. So I could use that on my next live maybe. I don't see that very well, but yeah, please like this video. And then if you're selling something, maybe you want, hey, take 25% off. So be another kind of graphic. And if you want to download something, so click the download button. Maybe that could be something that you could have on your website or maybe on the end screen. And this one I use quite often is like, hey, click the link in the description below the video, or click the link. Play it again. Click the link in the description. So those are all different graphic elements that can be used. Oh, okay. Before I get to the mistakes, maybe I'll just okay, let me talk about mistakes. So when it comes to the call to action mistakes, probably there are some other ones here, but just as three that I could think of was forgetting to even give the call to action. So forgetting to ask for a like or a share or subscribe or download, etc. Giving too many options. You don't want to give 6 different options on your end screen, or maybe 10 different calls to action on your cards, and not talking about the benefit of that call to action. So those are just some ideas of the mistakes that could be made. So I was just thinking about at the beginning of your video, and I think this one works pretty well to keep you watching, is when you start the video, you can tell people that what the video is all about. So it's going to solve this particular problem. So I know you have trouble baking chocolate cakes. So in this video, I'm going to give you step-by-step instructions how to bake your cake. So then you're going through your video and they're watching the video. But at the beginning of your video, you can also say, well, I'm gonna give you instructions on how to bake a cake, but be sure to stay to the end of the video because I'm going to give you a free cheat sheet on a new recipe that from my grandmother that her cake won many different awards. So make sure you stay to the end of the video to get that. Or you could say, I know that you have, one of the biggest problems with baking a cake is what kind of ingredients, where do you get them from, etc. So make sure you stay to the end of the video so I can answer your question on that. Now, if you, another way to do this is that you've addressed the problem, but then if you want to get people to, say, watch another video, you could kind of come up with a different problem. So, say for instance, you've watched a video about how to go live from your mobile phone. So, that's a video I did last week, how to go live from your mobile phone. But when you come to the end of your video, you could say, well, I know a lot of you don't have a mobile phone, just for demonstration purposes. Don't have a mobile phone, but you'd like to go live on your desktop. So make sure you watch the next video, because in the next video I'm going to tell you about how to go live from your desktop without using any software, any app or anything like that. And it's so easy. So make sure you watch the next video. So what you've done there is that you've talked about, you've given the solutions to a problem in your video, but then you present another problem that you're not giving the answer to, but they must watch the next video to get the solution to that problem. So it's just an idea that you could use to get people to watch another, watch your playlist, watch another video. So Harley is saying here that for some people the graphic is the CTA. They don't actually say anything about it vertically, it just pops up. Yeah, I think that's a good, I've seen that too, that people like say for instance the subscribe graphic, they might just have a subscribe graphic pop up, or they might ask people to subscribe and tell them why they should subscribe, but then they have the graphic, the subscribe graphic pop up multiple times throughout the video just as a reminder. So I think either way is fine. I think you got to just look at your analytics and see maybe over a period of a month, if you don't use, say the call to action, does it give you more subscribers than just a simple graphic? So the difficulty with testing that is that you're having different topics, different content, etc. So there's a lot of variables there. John is out. I don't know if I can show you this, John, but it says, how do you see the difference in analytics between your channel subscribers and non-subscribers, and to tell if a viewer is a member of YouTube or not? So you can go into your YouTube analytics, and I think if you go to your audience, like reach your audience, or one of those tabs at the top will tell you your traffic sources. So just drill down into YouTube analytics. I think it's maybe Harley, you can chime in here because I can't go there right now, but I think it's reach your audience. So one of those, and it'll tell you where kind of the demographics of your audience, like which countries they come from, is it non-subscribers, is it subscribers, etc. So you can see how, from your traffic sources, which are the most popular, which are, where is most of your audience coming from, non-subscribers or subscribers. So check that out. And Grizz is saying something here. Let's have a look. It's easy to have a call to action when the channel is about improving your channel, but what if the channel has more variety? Well, I think you gotta, I think that's mostly, when I think about it, it's the content that people want to subscribe to. So I think your call to action, say if you had a lot of variety on your channel, then most you want people to focus on your content. So if you want to see more content like this, subscribe to the channel. Or maybe in your mind you already have your future videos or future topics planned out, then you can say, well, in the next few videos or in the next few weeks, I'm going to be talking about these different topics or this particular topic. So make sure you're subscribed so that you can you'll discover these videos, you'll see this content that I'm about to create. So I think you want to avoid multiple calls to act, too many calls to action. So then from your analytics, you can see which calls to action are actually the most effective. So could be your cards, could be your end screens, etc. But I think it's, most people subscribe because they love the content and want to get more of it. Or maybe I can show, I think I have, I'll switch over here. I think I have a, so different calls to action, like if you want to check out the motion graphics pack, then go to videohero.com/Herman, get $10 off with a coupon code Herman10. Let me see if I can show you that graphics pack, if I see it anywhere. Okay, it might be here.
It's Jules here from videohero.com. Now you might be wondering.
So this is my friend Jules, and he's got this motion graphics pack. So you get 300 motion graphics for the price of 6. Then he's got, so you can see all these different, some of the ones I showed you, but you can have video stickers, lower thirds, sales and training, and these are actually transparent graphics, so you can use them in any video editor, whether it's ScreenFlow, Camtasia, Final Cut, Premiere, iMovie, Keynote, others. So you can put them anywhere, but you can actually just put them anywhere in your video. And I'm just kind of going down the page, what some people have said. So, and then you got some backgrounds in there as well, and some frequently asked questions, what format. So you got the Mac version, you got the Windows version of the graphics, and then you receive it as a download. You can use them unlimited times on your personal, commercial, client videos, but you can't resell them. And these are not copyright protected, and you also get detailed instructions, and you can also change the duration. You can, on your timeline, you can change the duration. So as far as the call to action, so that was my call to action. You can check out those motion graphics pack. Like this video. If you're not subscribed to the channel, subscribe to the channel, because I talk all about how to grow your channel, how to get more views and subscribers. some of the pain points. Probably the main pain point when people come to growing their channels, how to get more views and subscribers, how to target the right audience, how to do keyword research, etc. And if you're not a member of the Facebook group, then definitely check out the Facebook group there at facebook.com/groups Tube Video Bootcamp. So let's see if you got any questions. I think when it comes to call to actions, the whole idea is that you want people to take action from the content that you produce. So whether it's to give you a like, give you a subscribe, give you a comment, etc. So if you get more people taking action, then the higher possibility of your channel growing. So don't forget to ask for those things. Sometimes you might feel I'm asking too much, or you're putting too many calls to action in your video, or every video asking for a call to action. But just keep in mind that, for the most part, most channels, most of the audience is non-subscribers. So that's why you have to kind of keep on, giving these calls to action. So to remind people, what to do, because, as they're watching the video, they're so engaged in the video that they forget to watch another video, or to download your cheat sheet, or to subscribe. So giving them that reminder also kind of interrupts their attention. So it kind of wakes them up and gets increases the engagement on your videos. You want to increase the watch time. Oh, thanks for that, Harley. So saying, for more help on growing YouTube channel, join the Facebook group. Yeah, you can get your questions answered. You can get feedback on your thumbnails. You can interact with other people on there, because I don't know everything, but there's other people there that have great ideas and creative ideas. Just like Holly talked about, that getting people to subscribe by having cats talking in the video asking to subscribe. So just an example of the kind of creativity that people have. And Chris is saying how to deal with the YouTube burnout. So I have a video on that where I took a holiday. How to deal with YouTube burnout. I think for myself, because I've been on YouTube for like 2006, I think it is. Well, I wasn't really doing much, but over the last few years, I've been pretty much uploading new videos at least twice a week, and probably the last year or two, mostly 3 times a week. And so the couple of different points about avoiding the YouTube burnout is to have a plan. So you want to plan out your videos. So ideally doing all your keyword research, and then making a list of like 20 different topics in a Google spreadsheet, so that you sort of know what topics you want to cover ahead of time. And then maybe if you script your videos, then script out like 2 or 3 or 4 videos at once, and then set aside a time like a morning or an afternoon or a day where you just batch film all your videos one after another, so you get 4 videos done, and that'll avoid the burnout. Now, if you can't do that, just do like 2 videos. Try to batch. Like if you just do 1 video every week, maybe try to batch script 2 videos, or batch film 2 videos, and then try to increase from there. But the more videos you can get done ahead of time, so if you go on vacation, or you have a lot of things you got to do around the house, you got to do a lot of repairs, or you have family, there's always something coming up. It's good to have some videos ready in the can. So So another way to avoid burnout is to like schedule a vacation every quarter, for instance. I think it was in March, I went on vacation for like a whole month, which was very unusual for me, but it was a great kind of breather. I didn't upload any videos. I just kind of took a breather. So I would say, if you go on vacation, if you can schedule out the videos, you can set up scheduling for videos. And then another thing is, like, during your day, instead of spending like 6 hours editing, make sure you take lots of breaks during the day so you don't get burnt out. And then if you can't come up with new video ideas, then survey your audience, look at other channels, read books, watch movies, read articles. So, try to go to answerthepublic.com, which kind of gives you a whole bunch of different questions that people are asking in the search engines. So, but I think the key for me is, like, you got to kind of pace yourself. So you want to not be overstressed. So if you can do one video per week, that's great. And then as you practice more and get faster at editing, then you can do 2 videos per week. Or maybe just do 1 video a week that's like a super good video. So I think that's kind of the key. So anybody else want to chime in how do you avoid the YouTube burnout? Another thing about avoiding YouTube burnout is to sometimes you might get bored with the different type with the content you're producing. So and maybe you want to try something totally different. So for instance, a few videos ago, and I want to do this more, is to try a different scene. You might go outside. You might try some different scenery. Try a different backdrop. Try a different room in your house. Or try to change your content completely for 1 or 2 videos and see maybe that content will resonate with your audience. So sometimes sometimes you get kind of caught in a rut doing the same thing over and over again, but sometimes if you try something completely different, it might resonate with your audience. Hey, I want to thank everybody for attending today's live stream. If you've got any more questions or comments, put them in the comments when this video, after this video, live video has ended. And then if you got any suggestions for future live streams, put that in the comments as well. But I want you to have a great day, a great weekend, and we'll see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.